This is the two-way Banshee, the fastest a 6'8 can move without sacrificing anything. Built for pure chaos, max speed, max agility, elite perimeter defense. It's a full court terror. But here's the twist. It's not just a track star defender. It scores from all three levels. And when the game slows down, it can still create. I've had multiple 40-point games off defense and transition alone, and consistently drop 30-point and 5 steal games in the random wreck. This is what happens when you pack speed, defense, and ball control into a 6'8 frame and give it just enough offense to flip games by yourself. Let me show you why the two-way Banshee might be the most uncontainable build in 2K25. Now, before I jump into the builder, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Right now, over 94% of my viewers still aren't subbed. It would mean the world to me to get to this 1,000 subscriber mark. I'm super close. It, would be a life-changing thing for someone like me to be able to get, monetized on YouTube. Sure, you guys would have to start watching some ads when you see my videos, but it really would make a difference for me in real life. So sub to the channel, please. I'm going to keep grinding. I'm going to keep putting out fresh content and keep coming up with, new ideas and good gameplay for y'all all the way until 26 drops. And then it'll be a whole nother thing. But anyway, I really do appreciate all the love I've been getting on the channel, all the support I've been getting from y'all. I try to engage with everyone in the comments section. Anyway, I won't hold y'all any longer. God bless you all. Thank you so much for all the support you've been giving me so far. Please keep it coming. But real quick, let me know how y'all feeling about the Sonic vibe. I put I put a good 48,000 VC just in the tats, got the mask, got the shoes. Let me know what y'all think about the thumbnail. Anyway, we'll jump into the builder. So the 6'8 two-way Banshee has got to be a shooting guard. It's the only way to make the weight this low to make him this fast. You want to go 7'1 wingspan because at 7'2, you can't get the set shot specialist on goal without a max +1, and we want to use that for defense. If you go 7-foot wingspan, you can't get the 91 steal. And so we go 7'1 wingspan, plus it gives us the access to that 73 strength for goal strong handle. First thing we're doing is going straight down to the physicals and maxing those out, 89 speed, 89 agility. And with slice takeover, we're going to be at a 96 speed and a 96 agility with the +7s. 73 on the strength to get us that gold strong handle, as well as access to the bronze immovable enforcer badge, bronze box out beast, and bronze brick wall. Then we'll go 80 on the vertical, which will help us unlock gold posterizer and Hall of Fame aerial wizard. Now, you need to understand when I'm telling you this build is so fast, I'm beating everyone down the court, especially in slice takeover. On a 6'8", you're covering so much ground with every step. You feel faster because you're taller. This is just some clips. I'm just constantly in the break. Right now it's about to be 22-0. And we're just out here playing top of the zone, when I'm with a team. But in the random wreck, this is like, if I'm not on a center, where I can control everything, control the glass, distribute, and all that, this is the build I want to be on. It's a free 20, 30-point game. I might even drop 40. But usually your team just kind of starts hating on you and not giving you the ball after you have like 20, 25 at half, and they want to see, they want to get some shots up and let other guys score. You're literally making everyone mad on the court with this build. They think you're cherry picking, but really you're leading the team in steals and you're leading the team in points like almost every single game. And it's just it's just a situation where like the offense almost has like no work to do because you're literally carrying the offense by just being in transition. Obviously, it helps to have a center who can throw the break and grab rebounds, but we're playing lock-up defense. It's just when the shot goes up, not only are we fast enough to beat everyone down the court, but if they grab an offensive rebound, we're fast enough to turn around and recover and get back on defense like we never left. So, anyway, you can score 20 points a game on this build, like even if you can't shoot, even if you're off. I have off games where I'm still dropping 20. If I have an on game, that's when I'll, score 40. Because, we get in the half court set, and not only I'm knocking down my catch and shoots, but I'm able to get, loose with the ball a little bit. If you got the right team, they're not crowding you and all that. But I mean, I'm beating everyone down the court constantly every single game. It's no exception. And the great thing about it is the only players who might be able to keep up with you are like going to be like 6'2", 6'3", 6'4". So even if they're running down court with you, you're dunking on their heads. You're easily getting layups and close shots. You're catching lobs over them. And something that's so underrated about this is that because you're dunking the ball all the time, you're like in two-way tenacity half the game, which is just making you that much faster on defense and making you that much more effective, as a two-way player. Now, for the finishing, we're going with a 73 close shot to give us that bronze paint prodigy badge, as well as 70 layup to get Zion Williamson. I know some of y'all might think, 73 close shot, 70 driving layup is not enough on a slashing build, but at 6'8" on 2K25, you are able to consistently finish with these ratings. Plus, again, if you've got small guys on you down court, it's no big deal. You're able to easily finish over smaller defenders. Not only are they smaller than you, but typically they've got no interior defense. So trust me when I tell you, don't go up any higher on your layup for different layup packages. Zion's all you need. This is going to allow us to maximize the build, not only on the physicals, but as you'll see, when it comes to driving dunk, when it comes to ball handle, when it comes to the defense, we get so much out of this build by understanding which thresholds are really like the sweet spots on 2K25 that allow you to play the game, the most effective way possible. So again, you see us here, Zion Williamson layup works just fine. You actually have a lot of range on it. Again, knifing through the defense here, contact layup, no big deal. Now moving on to the more fun part of the build, we're going up to an 89 on our driving dunk. I'm putting 4 cap breakers on driving dunk for a 93, which gets you gold posterizer. And gold posterizer is the sweet spot. You don't need to go 85 vert, 96 driving dunk. Hall of Fame posterizer, legend posterizer, it's too expensive. Gold is the sweet spot in this game. I don't use an extra max plus 1 to get these contact dunks. All I use is my gold posterizer. I save my max plus 1 for my tier 1 for defensive badges like interceptor and glove. You don't want to waste it on something you don't need it for. Also, Hall of Fame aerial wizard is great. You don't need legend. I'm consistently able to catch lobs, no problem, self lobs. I do think Hall of Fame is actually a really good sweet spot for that. And putback dunks go crazy on this build. Average like maybe 3 rebounds a game and probably 1 or 2 of them per game or off of offensive, rebounds and putbacks. So anyway, keep it at 93, keep the 80 vertical. That way we can afford to make our build more all around and a better build overall. We're also not touching standing dunk. Just leave it at the 49. You can't really mess with it at all. It'd be nice to get 50, but honestly, with a 6'8" build, you already get enough animations with a 40 standing dunk. 49 is just like a little extra gravy on top. You're not dealing with a bunch of big bodies when you're going up. If you're underneath the basket in the dead zone, it's typically going to be off of like a rim run, off a backdoor cut, or on transition. And you shouldn't have centers down there. If you do, you shouldn't be trying to dunk it dead zone anyway. You should have been trying to, dunk it closer to the free throw line and posterize someone. But you can see we get a ton of standing dunks on this build, and the 49 feels almost like bronze rise up. The 49 post control is tied to other attributes. We're going up to an 88 on the mid range, and I'm cap breaking it to an 89. Again, I've got 15 cap breakers, but I'm cap breaking my mid range to an 89 to give us gold set shot specialist, as well as silver shifty shooter and silver dead eye. And, anything 85 and higher gives you a pure green window inside the 3-point line. So we're really able to get to that mid-range comfortably and knock down shots very consistently from, inside the 3-point line with that 89 mid-range. So not just catch and shoot, but getting to your fades. You can even hit post fades with it, even though you have that 49 post control. You don't really need post fade phenom to knock down post fades as long as you know your timing. And so this is a big bailout for me. Anytime the clock's running down, if the paint's clogged up, or if I just need to get the team a quick bucket, I know the mid range is pure. Frankly, I don't take enough mid ranges. Just watching this footage back, I'm super efficient from mid range, and I just don't think to take them as much. But the 89 mid range is super nice. We can hit these hop jumpers, even with like it's a 6'7", like high defense. I think 95 perimeter defense lock on me, hitting the spin jumper. I don't even practice those. I just needed a bucket on the twos court. I've only played like 3 games on the twos court with this build. I just had a little bit of footage with it while we were waiting for a 5 to load up, but I was green in middies. Now we're going 78 on the 3 ball, which is plenty to knock down your open shots. I don't shoot like fadeaway threes much unless I'm like in two-way tenacity, but I can definitely get my feet set, whether it's off a catch and shoot or off the dribble. I can knock down threes very consistently with a 78 3 ball. Plus, my jump shot is built off my 89. I still got my gold set shot specialist equipped. And no, I can't go from limitless, but I got so much other things I can do on this build that having that 78 3 ball is just enough to really make this build super solid and complete. And I had a lot of clips, so I just kind of packed them all in here. But, whether it's in the corner, from the wing, or up top, I'm letting it fly. I got a lot of games where I'm like 4 for 6, 6 for 8. You can see that I'm in heat check in a lot of these different situations, like this one here, or I'm catching heat check after I make the shot. Again, here, pulling up from the wing with no hesitation. There off the Devin Booker step back. We're knocking it down, get heat check after that shot. Next shot, I'm in heat check, knocking it down. Again, we're holding the pose in the corner, pulling up from the wing in transition. I'm not just looking to dunk and get layups or whatever in transition. I'll run out to the corner, I'll run out to the wing, whatever, and fill the floor up, spacing properly and feel real confident pulling it really from wherever I catch it at. Because, again, this jump shot is real consistent. If you need my jump shot, check out my last video where I dropped the 6'9" playmaking glass cleaner. Or you can look at the 6'10" anomaly when I dropped that build. It's the same jump shot on both of those videos. It's Marcus Morris Senior base with Charles Bassey and Larry Bird. But if you want to see it, see what the blending is, see what the release speed is and all that, I'm using the exact same jump shot. And that's key in this game. Like that was a nasty shot. That was over a 6'4" with 99 perimeter. But not changing your shot all the time definitely helps a whole lot. So I can go from build to build and hop around a bunch and still be real consistent on this game because I'm usually using the same jump shot. Now we're just barely able to get everything we want to get on this build. So we're not touching free throw. We're not even touching pass accuracy. We're going up to an 84 ball handle, and we're going to use 2 cap breakers there to get the 86 ball handle to max out the ball handle on the 6'8". We're not even touching speed with ball. And I'm telling you right now, you don't need speed with ball in this game. At least not on a 6'8". You got a smaller, guard, 6'2", 6'3", 6'4". That's one thing. But on a 6'8", you're talking about 2-3 strides from the 3-point line, if that, and you're easily in dunking range. And between all your different speed boosts, here I hit the Kevin Durant go-to shot, cancel it with the Lonzo Ball crossover. There, I'm hitting the pro combo moves, weaving through the defense. So you get all these different speed boosts through all the different animations you got. And all you got to do is lab it up a little bit. I'll actually give you my my animations right here as well. But you can easily get away with no speed with ball. The only time it really affects you is like in the open floor. But usually if you're in the open floor with the ball, you're in two-way tenacity because you got the steal. And that's going to make up for any speed with ball you don't have anyway. So it's really never a problem. But in the half court, you're just relying on animations. You're blowing by your defender. Again, KD go-to. Here I'm hitting the basic escape, hitting the Devin Booker, back to the KD go-to, to a cross, and then I'm at the rim. There I'm using the screen, and I'm at the rim. Again, using the screen, hitting the snatch back to the KD go-to, to the cross, and then I'm on the rim again. Got another kind of a little bit of a clip there with someone cutting across the lane. Here we are again, hitting the snatch, getting through traffic, This is a 64 speed with ball build, and I'm moving like I've got maybe like silver lightning launch, even getting into my shot there. But these are my SIGs. And some of the videos I'm using different ones. And some of them I'm using the Devin Booker step back, like you see here, and others though I'm using the Zach LaVine, the Luka Doncic. But pretty much everything else is always the same. Sometimes I use the Devin Booker crossover as well instead of the Lonzo Ball, but mainly I was using Lonzo Ball in this video. Now for the defense, we're going with a 63 interior defense, which is tied to our steal rating. We're going 90 perimeter defense, and we're going to cap rate the 90 perimeter defense to a 95 to give us Hall of Fame challenger, gold on-ball menace, gold pick dodger, and Hall of Fame off-ball pest. And I'm sure you've seen high perimeter defense before, but maybe not on the 6'8". We get very tights on a pretty consistent basis. Maybe other builds would have got shot over. We've got a long wingspan and we're tall. And with this much speed, I think we get underestimated a lot on this build as far as like how much ground we can cover. So with that 89 speed, plus if you're running that slice takeover, like I mentioned, and you're running with a 96 speed, plus, that Hall of Fame challenger, you are getting a ton of contests that people aren't used to seeing other builds get. And so, just having high perimeter defense is one thing, but your height really does matter, right? Like we all know you can have 99 perimeter on a 5'9", but 95 perimeter on a 6'8" is way better than 99 perimeter defense on a shorter build. And with our speed, even with that 63 interior, just because we're able to get in the right spot and get in front of things, just getting even in the passing lanes with that speed, we're able to get a whole lot of plays to go our way that normally wouldn't. Here, guarding 3 people up top, still able to get the contest. Again, jamming up the ball handler in the corner. He's trying to blow by me. He can't do it. I'm able to wall up, just be long, get a contest. I'm pretty much everywhere I want to be, from the top to the corner and down to the paint. Again, trying to drive by me. He's a little guard. He's trying to get his buckets, but we're just able to stay in front of him. We're not easy to blow by. And I think we get underestimated a ton just based on our height. We don't look like we're going to be much from a perimeter defensive standpoint, or at least from a speed standpoint, even if we got the high perimeter. But anyways, this dude, on the twos court, he's pretty nice with it. And he's like 6'7" with the Glock 19 package. All he can do is try to hope for a blow by. He cannot shoot at all. And so I'm able to play like 10 feet off of him. That free throw line's 15 feet out. The 3-point line's like 25 feet, right? So I'm playing 10 feet back, and he's still not comfortable taking a shot. As you see, I'm trying to go to the hop jumper here. I'm able to get the contest, knock him down on a very tight. And so he's just super uncomfortable. I'm able to back up, still play solid defense to be able to get the contest. I can sit and drop defense and get my hands up. We end up winning that game. And then again, we win this one too. I got a 6'3" I'm guarding here with someone setting screens for him, and I'm just slipping right off the screens. I only got gold pick dodger. I don't think pick dodger works that well in this game anyway. I think it's not the best badge, but anyway, I think just because we're 185, super lightweight with a real skinny body style, we're able to not get hit by those screens so easily, and stay in the play for the entire 24 seconds. Again, we jamming up the ball handler here. I'm in a 2-3 zone, so I'm going to jump back up to the top of the key. I'm able to cover the dude in the green here as he goes back down to the paint. The guard comes back out. He thinks he's got an open 3, but I get a jump contest, and we're getting stops. Now, we end up getting an 88 steal here, which we're going to cap break to a 91, and then we'll finalize the build with a 68 block, a 60 rebound, and there's just 3 cap. You can put 3 more attributes onto offensive rebound, but just focusing mainly on the steal with this build, 91 is again another great sweet spot in this game where you don't need to waste attributes going much higher. And if you run a takeover like Pest, for example, to give yourself a 98 steal with 99 perimeter and 96 agility, you can run Pest instead of Slice, and you'll get more steals, and you can run your cap breakers on Glove or on Interceptor to get you more steals. But I get plenty of plucks, plenty of interceptions. I get 10 steal games, and I'm constantly playing, top of a zone, playing against the best ball handlers and getting really high consistency on high steal games. I will say though, when I run a pest takeover, which if you see on my screen, I'm still trying to actually unlock it on that last gameplay. I haven't even got it fully unlocked. I do notice I get a few more steals that I normally would get, like especially in pluck situations, um, with that takeover. So I would definitely recommend it if you're playing threes, but for full court, if you're playing random rec, you got to go slice. You got to go slice. It's just it's the way to do it. You're gonna get steals anyway. You're gonna get lanes. People are gonna do weird stuff with the ball. You just gotta be lurking for it. A lot of these clips are random rec clips. Again, this is like my favorite non-center build. I've got a power forward I haven't shown y'all yet that I like a lot for random rec. I actually got two of them, but anyway, if I want to play guard, playing point guard in the random rec, forget about it. I don't want to try to navigate, orchestrate an offense while everybody complains that the point guard's trash because they're not getting the ball enough. But coming out here on a two guard where I'm just a defensive menace and an absolute Sonic the Hedgehog full court terror, where I'm just seemingly cherry picking the entire game. Yeah, this build's so much fun to play with. I get so many buckets. And so I would definitely run slice if I'm in the random rec and I don't have anybody to play with. But if I'm in an organized setting, especially if all my boys like purple plates where transition opportunities aren't going to be, as plentiful against like better teams, and even in a rec setting or even in pro am, then I might think about going pest. Unless I'm like the second lock on the team and I'm running more like a secondary ball handler role, and there's like another lock who's 99, perimeter 99 steal, then I might go back to slice. But if I'm like the primary lock on the team and I'm in a comp setting, maybe really good players in rec or in pro am, I might go pest. So finalizing the build, it comes out to be a two-way, three-level shot creator, like almost every build name is. After you use cap breakers, 88 to 89 on the mid range, and 89 to 93 on the drive and dunk. I forget which one triggers it, but I get the name two-way mid-range slasher. I don't know why it loses the three-level part of the name, but I took the two-way mid-range slasher name instead of the two-way three-level shot creator, just because I just didn't want a two-way three-level shot creator, quite frankly. I thought it was kind of weird that I lost the three-level part, but whatever. If you drop the three ball from a 78 to a 76, if you're just trying to name hunt and want something else, it comes out to be a two-way inside the arc creator, which I'm not in love with. So anyway, plus I need the extra attributes. I'm not really name chasing with a build like this. I'm trying to make something that's going to be as effective as possible. Every attribute is perfectly calculated for exactly what I'm looking to accomplish. We got max speed, max agility, max perimeter and steal, along with max ball handling. And then the perfect sweet spot, I think, on shooting and driving dunk. I think the build is beautiful. And, if you make it, I think you'll enjoy it a ton. Again, it's an easy 20, 30 points a game in the random rec. Catch you on the next upload. Drop a comment. Let me know how you're feeling about anything. Love to engage with you. If there's some build that y'all'd love to see me make, you got an idea, something like that, let me know. I'll catch you on the next upload. Peace.